Hey guys, this is Davor from Tennis House. I'm happy to have you again with me here today. I want to talk about a little bit about grips on the forehand and backhand side. So we start with the forehand, and this is more for like beginner players and the players that play maybe like a year or two that still have a hard time with the grips. So if you're one of the players, if you don't know if you have the right grip, I'm not going to go into crazy bevel things that confuses you. I try to keep it simple. So stay with me for 5 minutes and you're not going to regret it. I think you're going to have a better idea with your grips. So let's get straight to it. The forehand, guys. On the forehand, if you're a beginner player, there are two ways I like to teach my players. The first one, we all know, we put the racket straight down, and what I like to tell them is make a V with your thumb and your index finger and go straight down, pick it up, don't change the grip now anymore, and separate the index finger from the middle finger. Why is that? Because you will see a lot of players make a fist and hit the ball. That's a big enemy for your control, guys. So if you're one of the players, check the next time you hit. If you make a fist, you for sure are not feeling the ball as you should. So if separate the index finger a little bit from the middle finger on the forehand side. Another thing is, if you don't always want to drop your racket on the floor, obviously, this is more like at the beginning, you hold it straight. This is important. You hold it straight, you form this V, and you go straight down and separate the index finger. And then you get a pretty good strong Eastern forehand grip, maybe like a little bit too weak semi-Western. So you don't need to know, if you're a beginner, what the names of the grips are like in detail. So that's kind of what you're holding for the forehand side, right? So this is a very good one. And while I'm at the grips, I want to explain to you too what the difference is between like the continental and if you go more around to a Western on the strokes, on the ground strokes. So if you have a Eastern grip here, and like Roger's holding a strong Eastern, then your contact will be a little bit more in front of you, and you'll be able to manipulate the ball a little bit more in front of you. And as more you go to a semi-Western or Western grip, you will have the contact a little bit closer to you, and you're going to start to use, your hips to help you a little bit more and snap. And you're going to use your coil and uncoil a little bit more. You're going to have a little bit more angular momentum. On the Eastern grip, on the continental, you're going to have a lot of linear force going through that ball. Obviously, you have a little bit angular as well. So, long story short is, if you go more to a Western, you're going to have more spin, and you're going to have, on the higher balls, more control probably. And if you go more to a continental and a strong Eastern and a weak semi-Western, you're going to be very comfortable in front of you and manipulating the ball. So let's get to the backhands, guys, to the backhands. Say, for the two-hander, I want to start. This is my favorite. I like to tell the players to put the racket under the armpit of the non-hitting hand, and then it's important that you get around like this. So you get around the grip like this, and you shake hands, pull the racket out like a sword. That's going to give you almost like a good continental grip. And then the left hand just comes from the side on the grip, and it's above the thumb. So it's not on top of the thumb like some players hit. It has to be right there, right there. There's no space in between. You slide down, and then you have a pretty good continental on the bottom and the Eastern on the top. So that grip is going to help you on the two-hander to control the ball. Remember, you take the racket under the armpit, you pull it out like a sword. The left hand comes above the right thumb of the right hand. So that's for the two-hander. For the one-hander, you open. It's important that you open the hands. A lot of players think that they change the grip with the wrist position. So you just open the hand and turn the racket. So you open your hand, turn the racket, a notch to the right, and re-grip. Got it? You hold it, turn it, and notch to the right, and re-grip. And then you make sure your index finger is a little bit spread again, and then you have the one-handed backhand grip. So again, it's not the wrist, the hand that goes around the racket here. It's the racket that turns, and the hand is waiting to grip it right. Okay, remember that. It's the racket that turns, and the hand just going to grip it like this, like the V we said earlier, at the right position, and then you get the one-handed grip. And it is very important to know, the pros and cons of the grips. As I said, it's more spin grip you have on the forehand. For example, you're going to be confident on the higher balls. and the medium balls, you're going to be weaker on the lower balls. And every grip has, you know, pros and cons. And I would suggest at the beginning when you start to play on the forehand to for sure have like a strong Eastern grip. You're going to start to feel that ball. And on the backhand, for sure, you have a continental on the bottom, because a lot of players hold a racket like this, and block themselves, and then you can't get under the ball and hit it. That's when you hit the balls in the net. You know, you need to make sure this is a very flexible grip, but you have to have a continental because you need to get under the ball and roll it and control it. So that was just a short video for the grips, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. As always, turn the notifications button on. Help us out, guys. Subscribe, and thank you for all of you guys for following, and we hope to help you guys with our videos. So thank you and enjoy your days, guys.